Hey everyone, Tom here, and today we're going to take a look at how to set up and install our brand new D14MZ3000. Now first, as with working with any of our units, we want to make sure that we have the proper PPE on for any of the chemicals we're going to be interacting with. Once we have our PPE on, we can go ahead and open the box and take a look at the components inside. Now all of our D143000s are going to come with the same stuff. It should have an injector, a mounting bracket, a quick startup guide, and a hose assembly. Now taking a look at the unit itself, on the upper housing, we should notice laser etched into it a part number and a serial number. Now the 8-digit serial number will tell us how old the unit is. The first 2 digits will tell us the year that the unit was manufactured. The second 2 digits will tell us the week of that year that it was manufactured. Now that we've taken a look at the components, we're going to go ahead and mount the injector on our wall. We're going to take a look at how to get your D14 mounted and ready for use. Find a spot on any wall or sturdy surface to mount the unit. Now the spot that you choose should be higher than the level of your concentrate tank. That will prevent any sort of siphoning of your concentrate once the unit is up and running. Now that the bracket is up and secure, we can go ahead and attach our unit. Now quickly, before we attach the unit to the bracket, we're going to want to locate on the lower housing the arrow indicating the flow for the unit. Now this arrow should be facing the same direction as the flow of water through your system. Once the unit is attached to the bracket in the correct direction, we can go ahead and remove the red caps from the injection stem assembly and inlet and outlet of the unit. Now that we've removed the red caps, we can go ahead and attach our inlet and outlet plumbing. Make sure not to pressurize the system until setup is complete. Now one last thing to check before starting the unit is the injection stem. On each injection stem, there will be 2 sets of scales. On this one, we have ratio facing out. We also have percentage on the back side. To change the view of the reading on your scale, first locate the injection stem assembly nut. Loosen and pull down on the entire injection stem assembly. Once loose, rotate the entire injection stem assembly 180 degrees to show the other scale. Push back up on the entire injection stem assembly, making sure to align the tooth on the stem with the groove on the body. Once your desired scale is facing out, go ahead and reinstall the injection stem assembly nut and tighten it down hand tight. Now on this unit, you can see that we have percentage and ratio. On some of our hydro units, you may notice mils per gallon and teaspoons per gallon. Just make sure you have the right scale facing out for your needs. We're going to take a look at how to attach the hose assembly to our D143000 unit. Now first, let's go ahead and take a look at the components inside our hose assembly. We'll have a 6-foot section of 4mm hose, 2 white ferrule adapters, 2 nuts, and 1 strainer with duckbill seal. Let's go ahead and remove that and attach it to our unit. Now, before attaching the hose, we need to take a look at the ends and make sure that they are cut flat, even, and squared off. If they're not, take this opportunity to cut the ends square and even using a sharp blade. Once we've ensured that they're nice and even, we can go ahead and take one end of our hose assembly and fit it through our nut and ferrule. Take one nut, feeding it through the small end first, and then take one of our ferrule adapters, fitting it through the large end of the ferrule, and pushing the hose through so that a very small bit is exposed through the other end. Then, take the ferrule and the hose assembly together and push it up onto the check valve and attach the nut, tightening it hand tight. Now we're going to go ahead and attach our strainer to the other end. To attach the strainer, again, make sure that the end is squared and even, cutting if need to at this point. Then feed the hose through the small end of the nut, and then through the large end of the ferrule, again pushing the hose so that a very small amount is exposed through the end of the ferrule adapter. Then you can take your hose and your ferrule together and push it onto the strainer assembly and tighten our nut down hand tight. You're now ready to place the strainer inside your concentrate tank and begin injecting. We're going to go ahead and show you how to adjust your D14MZ3000 unit. So, when adjusting the unit, we're going to want to first locate the locking nut at the bottom of the unit. The locking nut can be located by finding the nut that has the unlock-in-locked marking indicator on it. To change the reading on your injection stem assembly, turn the locking nut 90 degrees towards the unlocked symbol. Once you've done that, grab the adjustment sleeve and turn the adjustment sleeve to change the reading of your scale. Once your desired rate is reached, go ahead and turn the locking nut 90 degrees towards the lock symbol to lock the adjustment. To properly read the adjustment of your unit, look closely on the gray ring between the two indicators. This will help determine exactly where your unit is set. A few things to keep in mind with this unit in particular is that on the 3000, the strongest injection rates will be at the bottom of the scale and the leanest injection rates will be at the top. Now, as with all of our units, make sure never to adjust the scale further than the lowest marking or above the highest. That can cause damage to the internal stem and will require new components. Also, you'll want to keep in mind that this unit may take longer to prime than some of our other units due to the small concentration being pulled each stroke. The unit will have to fill completely the injection hose and the stem before your rates are accurate, and this can take a while. Some users compensate for this time by adjusting the stem to the strongest injection rate until the unit has had time to prime. Once the unit's had time to prime, you can readjust your scale to the desired ratio. If you do have any questions, please give us a call today. And as always, thanks for watching.